Right now, Star Citizen's biggest selling point is just how immersed you can get into the game world. Whether you are walking around a ship, flying one, or setting foot in one of the many moons and planets, it's hard not to feel like you're actually there. Star Citizen alone does a great job of bringing you into the worlds they're building, but there are several other things you can do to take that level of immersion above and beyond. Not too long ago, Tobii reached out and asked if I would do a sponsored video on this channel and share with you some of the cool things you can do with their Tobii Eye Tracker 5, and for me, it was easy to say yes, as it is a product I use daily. They also have a really great 15% discount going on right now, as well as a sweepstakes. More on that at the end of the video. So today I want to take some time out and share with you how I use the Tobii Eye Tracker to take my Star Citizen experience a step above. Let's start out with the eye tracker itself. It comes with pretty sleek packaging, and all you need to do is attach it to the bottom of your monitor and go through the setup process in their software. Once you've destroyed all the little guys on screen, you are ready to go. What is really convenient about the Tobii is that is it. You don't have any additional attachments you need to place on your head, and you can continue to game in comfort with the added functionality that the eye tracker provides. On top of that, you don't need a professional lighting setup for it to work, and it works perfectly with glasses as well. They also have this cool program for streamers, Tobii Ghost. If you see a little bubble floating on the screen, that indicates where my eyes are looking, and you can share that with your viewers through Twitch, and they can toggle it on or off. To use Tobii in Star Citizen, there is a setting you need to turn on in the menu. Head to the options menu, and under comms, VoIP, and head tracking, you will need to select Tobii as your head tracking source. I found the out-of-the-box settings to be a little too sensitive, and I played around with it quite a bit before I found the sweet spot for me. General head tracking settings are next. Here you will decide if you want to use head tracking by toggling the enabled setting to yes, and next up are the disable settings. If you want to use the head and eye tracking in a given situation, you will toggle this setting to no. Seated is for using it in ships. Generally, while you're flying around, it simply adds to the immersive feeling of flying a spaceship. But being able to track targets out of your normal view is really nice as well. During combat, when a ship is a little jousty and flies past you, the ability to track them is so important. If you're able to get your pip back on target and firing before they do, you've gained a massive advantage in that fight. There's also this cool ability to track, lock, and fire a missile using head tracking while not even facing your target. I love this feature, and it's really satisfying when a missile hits. Give it a try. It's so fun. Let's also not forget that racing is a new addition to 3.18, and being able to get a good look at where the next checkpoint is could potentially bring your lap times down quite a bit. During FPS is for while you're out of the cockpit. This provides a lot less of a tactical advantage. To me, it's one of those situations that provides that extra level of immersion when walking around landing zones. But in FPS fights, I'm not so sure I want to have this setting on. And for creators, this is a really cool way to get some very cinematic shots for your Star Citizen videos. Just make sure you get those settings just right and try and be as smooth as possible. If you scroll down a bit, you'll find the actual Tobii settings, and here is where you get to fine-tune it to your preferences. Input scale is the first setting, and I really like to have it as close to 1:1, so any large movements won't be so jarring to myself or my viewers. Here you can also choose your dead zones, and below that are the sensitivity settings for all the same movements you could set dead zones for. The next setting is my favorite feature in Star Citizen, gazed-based targeting. All I need to do is look at a chevron on screen and click my targeting keybind, and I have locked onto the ship. With PES in Star Citizen 3.18, and even in larger events with a lot of targets on the screen, the ability to choose the one you're actually looking for is quite useful. I highly recommend having a keybind to select hostiles, but then you can just simply use this to sort out targeting anything else from security, teammates, or a soft death ship that you saw left behind. The last setting is really important. It's the input mix setting. This determines how much weight the Tobii will put on your head movement versus your eye movement. The closer to the number 1 you get, the more your head movement will move your character's head, and the closer to 0 you get, the more your eye movement will. This is where you can have some fun though, as you can aim weapons and anything gimbaled for that fact with your head or eyes. It's really cool. You just need to make sure that the manual gimbal slave settings are set to look direction, and you're all set. Those are under the general settings in the options menu. Obviously this is a little gimmicky, but it's also pretty cool. I think for salvaging it might make things a little bit more interesting. And that will do it. I know this is something a little different for the channel, but I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank Tobii for sponsoring the video. And a reminder that the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is now 15% off, and Tobii is also doing a big giveaway featuring the eye tracker and a Constellation Aquila, as well as many other runner-up prizes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it and you got something out of it. Leave a comment down below and discuss anything around eye tracking and the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.